but welcome to the stream. Today's Greyhawk Day, and I was very fancy today. I remembered to change the title beforehand, and I added Greyhawk. I switched it to Dungeons and Dragons because we're doing Greyhawk, which is Dungeon Wizards of the Coast owns copyright to, even though they won't let people put. So here's the thing. Gustav claims that it's still kind of the default setting, but yeah. I mean, okay, granted, my knowledge of what's the default is kind of old school, but I also know that, if they don't allow anything other than one... Okay, Ghost of Saltmarsh suggests that they're bringing Greyhawk back, but they also don't allow... Like, if they were just going to allow the setting to be whole-scale setting, they'd have just done it, and... Yeah, that's the vibe. Okay. We are prepared. We are good to go. Let me see. Is Phoenix doing this morning as well? Okay. Oh, it's just a celebratory. Okay, it's not an actual thing. Okay, good. I feel bad because Phoenix is really cool, and I don't like to stream on top of him, but also I like to stream here because Greyhawk is really cool as well, and I also have to go to work early today because I want to get at least a decent amount of hours in because... So I'm not, scrambling after all of this. Wimps. Okay. Well, Wimps. Where? Oh, yes, sorry. No, I'm thinking on 3 different fronts right now. Hi! Hello! Welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. I am... They them vibes today, but he or she is fine. We are doing a... which means I'm not a woman. I feel like I have to keep saying that because apparently it's not obvious. Sorry, my hair's a mess. We're doing a Greyhawk stream today, so welcome to that. I am just getting... I have a tendency to beginning streams. I don't recognize... Since you're not a first-time chatter, but you don't come often, so... I don't recognize the name as someone who comes often, but... Welcome, nonetheless. Okay. Alright, so you know the drill. We're doing Greyhawk today. I don't know how much you know about, what's the... okay, that goes away. Greyhawk, which is the original D&D setting that Gary Gygax himself created before the Forgotten Realms, which I feel... anyway. Not bad. Things have been actually... I mean, I've been super busy, obviously, and, because I work in, shipping, and so this time of year is our busiest time of year, but, I've been doing okay. Let's do that, and... Alright, this is... and then we use this link for the Greyhawk wiki, because if we use the, if you just Google, the Greyhawk wiki, it will send you to the wrong wiki, and then you will, oh, no. That is not fun, because the wrong wiki has outdated information, although it does have certain lists that the new one that hasn't been ported over, so I'm, going with that. Let me add a thing. True. Oh, there's a lot happening in Greyhawk. It's just not official Wizards of the Coast stuff. That's the thing about it, is it's not just official Wizards of the Coast stuff. For example, I will show you something cool that is happening in Greyhawk fairly recently. Because there's a lot of lore, and they did Ghost of Saltmarsh in 2019, which, granted, is 2 years ago, but much more recent than anything else Greyhawk. And that means they're allowing DM's Guild to publish Greyhawk stuff, but only stuff that matches Ghost of Saltmarsh. So it has to be, tied to that in some way. Oh! That's not bad, though. Still, I mean, that's, um, still, it's better than, there's a chance at least. What I was going to do is window capture. Um, yes, this one. Okay. And we have to do it this way, I think. Boom. And then I can show you this, which is, so, Anna B. Meyer, here, I'm going to post a link because she is amazing. Anna B. Meyer is amazing, and she deserves to be shouted out 100 times over, so I'm going to post a link anyway. Oh, right, what I need to do is the thingamabob I usually do, which is scoot you over here. Yes, so that this is what I do. Okay, this is how we play this. Hopefully it's still pretty... This is a map that was done... Oh, here, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I forget that you can't scroll with the map. Within the past few years, 2020, the second revision of 2020, so, last year. This is, she's been doing these maps of Greyhawk, which is amazing. And then there's the whole Greyhawk content, which is, let's see what's here. Because she's, oh, and, yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go back. I mean, yeah. Take it seriously, create the character, because honestly, character creation is the funnest part of... Well, no, it's not even the funnest part of playing. It's just the one that you can do, Alright, so we were in Ulik, the, Alright, it makes sense. Let's go. Sorry, I forgot to do all of the, important pre-streams. Well, no, I didn't forget to do. Let's see. Sorry, I'm doing the thing. A tiefling or something in that regard. Yeah, like a tiefling or changeling. That's a fun one to do. I did have someone on another server I'm on, actually plays a, what was it, a tiefling that, I know, a changeling that spends most of their time looking like a tiefling, so, there is that. Boom. So that's always... a possibility. Ooh, that could be fun. I've never played a centaur, actually. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I've never played because I am perma-DM, so my chances at players are not exactly... Well, they're getting better in recent years. Recent years. I sound like an old man. I mean, I am, but not that old. Yet. Give it a few more, Boom. Okay. No, that's very fair. I do like to, I do like tieflings. I usually give my tiefling a backstory of born into a family of, non-tieflings. What I really like to do with, well, my main tiefling character, Consequence, was that he was a gnome, or his parents were gnomes, rather. So he was, really short. That's one of the things I like about Pathfinder, actually, is that they let you do that. They let you apply tieflings to gnomes or halflings, so you can be just really short and also a tiefling. And then come from a family of gnomes or halflings and, or elves. I mean, you don't actually get any of the... Also true. What was I had a plan. Sorry. This plan and that plan is done. Okay. Right, last one was, of course, this one. And then, oh, right. Sorry. No, don't do... Sorry, I'm getting... Okay. But what I also wanted to do was, there, yes, was Greyhawk, because that was what we were going to do today, and I'm very excited about Greyhawk. Which they don't... So they have changelings, since it's a, old school setting. That's interesting about changeling Greyhawk. Oh no, shy is... See, I have a trouble with shy characters because, um, uh, I like... I am kind of... Like, I am socially awkward in, well, life, but I love to roleplay. So, as soon as I get into character, I'll start role-playing heavily. So, I almost always play charisma-based characters. Or characters who aren't charisma-based, but are unaware they're not charisma-based. If that makes sense. So, Eli, for example, was always bouncing around being socially awkward, and that got him killed because he was socially awkward, and apparently he was too mouthy with a goddess. Even though I don't think he was too mouthy, and I think it was an ugly... Because he died, essentially, more or less, and it's just... I don't think it was a very fair way for the character to die, but also I can see where the DM's coming from, because given the situation, there wasn't really anything else he could do. Like, he tried to warn me off, but Eli is just too dense for that, and just kept going, and he wasn't trying to be snappy with Fortune, he was trying to get Aya back. Like, there was so much he didn't understand, and... Well, yeah, that's the thing, is once you get talking to other nerds and talking about nerdy stuff, all of that goes away. Like, me streaming, for example. Because I'm up on stream talking to people who understand, who want to talk about nerdy stuff, it's really easy for me to just talk, you know? It's, what was I gonna... Even though, normally it'd be hard, like, I don't even talk to my coworkers half the time because I don't know what to say, but with something like this, talk about Greyhawk, and characters, and changelings, and stories about D&D, like, that's my jam, you know? Alright, let's do that. Let me suggest that. Yes, I'm wearing Not wearing proper, I know. Um, it is morning, and anyway, sorry about that. You had to see that? Okay, welcome back. Okay, Greyhawk is a thing. Oh, right, Greyhawk. So, what I like to do for Greyhawk streams, which we're gonna do today, because I love Greyhawk streams, we're gonna, this one, and we're gonna do this. Boom. So, you guys can see what I see, and I can still see the chat, which is an important factor in Greyhawk streams. It's an important factor in all streams, but this part up here is an important factor in Greyhawk streams, because Anna is amazing and made this whole map for us, so, you know, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna start, I think, in... Okay, last time we did a great... Okay, so what's... Ooh. Dang. Alright, so there's the Sea Princes and the Sea Barons, right? Let's, where should we start? And then there's Primage, which is an orchid, that's why it's got the different text. Oh, careful. So there's the 3 Uliks, which we started with the 3 Uliks, right? Last time, except we ended up doing a lot of mythology, because Greyhawk mythology is really cool. So what we're gonna do, oh, right, no, this one, which is this, so I can see the chat. Please say hi in the chat, by the way, if you're kicking around. I love it when people say hi in the chat. I am very happy to be derailed. Alright, let's start with the Principality we look here. So it's capital of the Principality. It's Dwarven Prince. Oh, alright, let's start with this guy. The Dwarven Prince of, well, the Principality. His Serene Highness, Prince Lord of the Peaks of Haven. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a bibliography note. Okay. NPC. Okay. Peaks of Haven. That's interesting. Alright, so a duke, which doesn't list anyway. Okay, seen the rise and fall of Keelan's brief empire and has survived the bloody hateful wars with the orcs of Pormage in the last century. Okay. So, yeah, the Uluk states were part of Keeland during their brief empire phase. Let's see, it's rumored that he reached out to the Lordship of the Isles for assistance in the form of trade, which creates in Goratul and Iron Gate, ships flying the colors of the Lordship of the Isles visited... Okay. Such trade is expected increase... Okay, 591. Let me look. Oh, he's a 13th level rogue, 3rd level fighter. That's pretty cool. Okay, so... we are... Okay, so the slavers were terrorizing the finesse. Okay, discoveries made by Karen Hills during the Greyhawk Wars. Okay, so, there's not a page on the Greyhawk Wars, which I feel is kind of annoying, but, you know, let me just check what this goes to. Living Greyhawk column. Duchy of Berghoff. Okay, so the southwesternmost margins of civilization. Alright, so, this is the Living Greyhawk column. So what Living Greyhawk is, oh, yeah, okay, it's not loading properly. I'm sorry about that. So we're gonna have to go, but basically, Living Greyhawk is, what they do is they allow for, or allowed for people to, expand on Greyhawk lore because, you know, it was, people loved Greyhawk and were, you know, passionate about it. This is 2005 though, so this was years ago. But, you know, still, they have, allowed, yeah, 2005 was, hi! Okay, you want me to have a necromancers? Do you want me to go back to El Astra, which is run by a freaking lich? Because I will go back to El Astra if you want. Also, hi, welcome. We have new friends here, so play nice. We are, hanging today. It is awesome sauce. I also remembered to take out my earrings, so that's good. Hello, and welcome. We're doing a Greyhawk stream today, which is why we ended up with Living Greyhawk, because, the Duchy of Berghof. I don't even know where it is. Well, let's see. It says where it is. Let me look. Southwestern margins of civilization. The hold of the Sea Princess was never a great concern of the people, and potentates of the Central Flenes, since it descended into anarchy and the hold of the Sea Princess and anarchy. Okay, the hold has slipped even further from the notice of many. However, among the wise have been concerned at the events unfolding in one small, seemingly unimportant corner of this troubled land. For centuries, the Duchy of Berghof existed in almost total obscurity, a minor province in a realm of petty princelings. Yet now, strange tidings come from this mountainous land that promise to thrust it into unexpected prominence. Ooh. Unexpected prominence. We like this. This is interesting. So, map time. Hang on. Okay, so we're going away from Uluk again, I guess. But, you know. So the Sea Princes are down here. So every time I do a stream on Uluk, or the three Uluks, rather, the Principality and the Duchy and the County, we end up getting sidetracked. But that's the way Greyhawk streams always kind of get sidetracked, is that, things... Okay, so is Westkeep is there. South of the west. So here we go. Berghof, here we go. Oh! The Petty Prince... Ooh. Okay, it's down here in this corner of it. Okay. Alright. And there's... Wow. Berghof. Okay, so it's, totally... Plardum of Newell. Okay, that is... 10 slider? So, oh. Thank you. Oh, hang on. This one has to go up to... It's not pink. It's white with red veins, but thank you. I appreciate it. I keep my dice on my dice tray always to the highest side up if I can, except sometimes they decide to, like, lop around. I also have a Seductopus in here for some reason, so this is fun. I think I found them. So basically, I was statting up a Seductopus at some point after I got these little... no, turn. Nope. That one. Okay, sorry. Turn this way. Yeah, okay. It's basically, I was like, hey, what if a succubus had the shape of an octopus? And, went from there. We'll see how that goes. It might end badly. We'll see how it goes. But, I guess it does kind of look pink on camera. But it's this... I want to see if you can get it to... Because this set is really cool. I can see if I can get it to focus on... But see how it's... As the 20... I mean, I guess if you're holding it, doesn't matter. But, like... come on. I don't have a really good camera for dice, which is a shame. But, like... It's just these red veins. It's really cool. Sorry. Dice are very distracting and pretty, which is why I keep them in the corner, because dice are awesome, basically. But every time we do... Uluk, which is what I was actually going on about on stream. I remember. It ends up turning into this. But, getting distracted. But Berghof is down here in this very mountainous region. Let's see, the Kampf Mountains. Very far down. Ooh, hell furnaces are... Wow, okay. That's some fun stuff down there. I wonder what's in there. Monastery of the Toiling Lady. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. Also, Anna B. Myers is amazing. Just, I feel like I should, try as much as possible. Okay, who wrote this one? Paul Luby and Stuart Kerrigan. Okay, good to know. It is important to know who wrote your, thingamabobs, because, yeah, I'm sorry I missed Lord Gazimba's, chat last night. I was, I was at the grocery store, actually, spending way too much money on ingredients for a grandiose harebrained scheme that might not work. But, you know, we'll see. That'll be for after. I just want to have all the stuff so it didn't... Anyway, point being. Also came up with a secondary harebrained scheme, but that will be better, I think. That's for later this week. Anyway, making dairy-free cookies, which is going to be a challenge because, well, I found a butter substitute that doesn't have dairy, like, as a lot of margarine, fun fact, has dairy, like, way added to make it, I don't know, texture or something, which is fine, except if you're allergic, and then it's not so fine, but, you know, and my little niece is allergic, so we are, elemental lightning, that's kind of cool. Okay, oh, right, we were doing Greyhawk, and I was getting distracted from that. Okay, so, the reason I 1091, I even went to there was, hang on, yes, because we were doing the Duchy of Uluk, we're gonna kind of try to focus on Uluk, and the Sea Princes, and the Sea Princes and the Sea Barons, I mix them up sometimes because hang on a sec, let me tweak this, because, no, not you, I don't know what you are. I honestly don't know what that is, and I moved it around, so we'll see how that goes. But what I can do is, there we go. That's a little better in terms of showcasing what I'm working on here. I'm going to lock it, in fact. I mean, honestly, well, that doesn't get locked. That can get locked. I should probably try to lock some more of these just to... Oh, also... I'm sorry. Nope. This one. Look at that. Alright, that's a really, really pretty... Yes, the new one. I did see it. The fighting with the crocodiles. I saw that. That was pretty cool, honestly. Or alligator? Were they alligators or were they crocodiles? I don't actually remember. I remember they were nasty, mean, reptilian things that wanted to eat us. So I just kind of punched them, but and used the halberd. I did use the halberd a couple of times. Begrudgingly, but I did. Well, that makes sense. They probably get the same stats anyway, because they have, and it's just a matter of where you are in the world. If you're in Egypt, you get crocodiles. If you're in Southern America, you get gators. The teeth are slightly different, apparently, but it still hurts, so looking that closely at something's teeth, probably a bad idea, given the nature of their predators, although you're living in Florida, I'm sure you are... There's rumors about people in Florida and alligators and how they're not as careful around them as probably should be. Please don't get eaten by an alligator, is what I'm trying to say. What was I going to say? I was going to say that I was starting with the Principality of Uluk, and then I got... I keep forgetting, like, when were the Greyhawk... I'm trying to figure out when the Greyhawk Wars were, but there's never any... Exactly. Same theory. To stop. Okay. Okay. Activities, relationships, history, rumors and legends, appendix. Okay. Description, there's our prince with the really cool helmet. No. Okay. It did the thing it does, which is really annoying, which I have to now fix, and that'll be a little bit. But, the thingamabob with the whatchamacallit. Okay. Tab, not new window. Thank you. Now, and there's a whole thing on the Duchy of... Okay. Grow Fast. Scarlet Brotherhood forces. Oh, yes, them. Which are part of... not Waterdeep. Not Westkeep. Saltmarsh. Westkeep is also in Greyhawk, though, and I mixed it up with Waterdeep, which is not cool because Westkeep is a completely different thing than Waterdeep, and it's actually a vibe. I played in Westkeep once, and we replayed a battle, and it did not end well. We all died. Although, I could have... The rogue could have lived if we if I'd been given a chance to describe my epic death scene before he did, I could have cast a spell on him and he could have run. But he got the chance to go first, so he got the epic death scene, and I was just like, well, you're gonna die epically, you're gonna die epically, I'll die epically too. And we did. Half that game got streamed, and then we had technical difficulties, so, you know, that was a thing. Sorry. Sorry. We didn't have any dwarves among our party. That might have helped. We also needed someone who could resist suggestion. And the DM to not be so cruel about suggestion. I think we gave the DM ideas about suggestion, and he kind of ran with it because I spoke too much, but it is a powerful spell, so what are you going to do? The Greyhawk player guy set in 591 lists Vecna as still imprisoned, while the living Greyhawk Gazetter, also set in 591, lists him as recently escaped. For this to be accurate, Vecna must have escaped in exactly 591. So, he escapes in sometime during 591, which makes sense. I mean, you know. I think they're poison resistors. I don't think they get... I mean, there's a slight wisdom boost, but... I don't think elves. Elves are the ones who can resist suggestion. You don't want it to be true, but it is. Elves have affinity on resisting sleep, charm, and other types of spell effects, including suggestion. I was playing a human, of course, so we don't have any natural perks, so just versatility, which is useful, but not useful enough, apparently. But I was good at... Oh, I did get to, in that one, though, I did viciously mock a spider to death. So, you know... once you play a bard, that is peak bard. Really? Interesting. Okay. Good to know. She was really powerful, though. I don't know if the +3 would have been enough. What was I going to say? I feel like that's peak bard playing when you viciously mock something to death. Well, yeah, obviously the saves to poison. Dwarves are really good at resisting poison. That is a known quantity. In 5th edition, you get advantage because poison is, you know. But what was I gonna? I had a thing. I was supposed to be streaming at Greyhawk, and well, we are kind of. I do tend to. Ooh. Okay, what is Exvart? Because now I'm curious. Yeah. Okay. Small humanoid creature. Usually chaotic evil. Humanoid. None. Ew. Xvarts are cruel, cowardly race occupied place in humanoid society somewhere between goblins and kobolds. Okay. They often act as intermediates between kobolds and goblins, usually dominating and taking their aggression out on kobolds. Rats and bats help guard their camps. Xvarts often ally themselves with rare rats, helping to shelter the shapeshifters and aid them in their schemes. Xvarts who become infected with rare rat curse are greatly respected among their kind. Some Xvart tribes ally themselves with goblins, although they avoid wargs, which will generally eat an Xvart's pet rat. Bandit Kingdom, Bone Marsh, Horned Society, Pomage, Verbabank. Ooh, Eastern Verse Forest. I mean, they can still be evil. They're just... I mean, any individual Xvart can be evil. That's the thing, isn't it? Is that any individual can still be evil. So you can have an entire tribe of them be evil, except for, like, one, which is the vibe. Blue-skinned humanoid with orange eyes and receded hairlines, 3 feet tall, and usually wear loose cloth doublets. Usually chaotic evil. Are tribes led by the strongest and cleverest member. They prefer to hunt for their food, but will steal livestock or crops from humans' farms if hunting goes poorly. They rarely risk violent raids unless a powerful leader or cause unites them. So, they're less evil than, say, goblins because they don't raid, which is the problem that humans have with goblins. Although weak individually, they are extremely prolific and almost always encountered in large groups. Same with kobolds vibe. Raxivort. Svart from Orth who achieved godhood after betraying his former master, demon Lord Gratz. He betrayed a demon. Okay, that takes balls, I admit. Zarts will one day rule all the small creatures of the world, using fire and swords as tools to this end. Okay, we're back on deities, but Raxivort. Lord of Zeitkind, Packmaster of Rats, Night Flitterer. Pandemonium. A lesser god, but still. Cleric, Fighter. Oh, wow. That's 22. It's 36. Level 36 is domains is animal, chaos, evil, and trickery. So he's specifically a god of evil. So, And he's Vert that worships this guy is definitely evil. Gratz parted on extremely bad terms and remain deadly foes. Yeah, betrayal will do that. Controls the horde of vermin that infest the streets of Zeltar. Oh! Yeah, there you go. Take the Gratz from your capital. That's pretty cool. The Black Sewers is in Pendamus, one of the layers of Pandemonium. Might makes right. If Zarts are not strong enough to prevail, the proper course of action is to retreat and return with reinforcements. He advises patience, advocates any means, lying, cheating, theft, enslavement, to survive. With patience, one can still triumph in the end. Occasionally were-rats or rare-bats. A fiery blue hand. Be on the lookout for that. Raxivort. Okay, I didn't even know Zvarts were a thing. They're kind of cool. Definitely a vibe. Okay. They speak Goblin. And the Kobold dialect of Draconic. Interesting. Okay. 4th edition Monster Manual 3, Zvarts. So there's multiple spellings. So they've originally been gnomes, enslaved and experimented on by the Fomorians. They escaped to the plane of shadow thanks to a pact of the Coven of Hags, where they mutated further, skin him deep blue in order to blend better with the shadows of the plane. Since then, they have spread back to the Feywild and the Prime. Many have spread back to the Feywild and the Prime Material plane. Huh. Interesting. Originally spelled Svart, was created by Creaky Hitchcock and first appeared in White Dwarf magazine number 9. It's probably inspired by Svaltifar. Okay, let's look it up. We're doing mythology research. Our life with Dusky Elf. For butterfly with this common name, see. Okay. Swear the elves. Arscard. Mukfar. Are beings who dwell in Svart. Okay. I am an American of Irish descent, so you're going to have to forgive me for the pronunciation, but Svartalfheim. Surfniblin are kind of the new lore take on Zvarts, kind of. Smurfniblin, who are not inherently evil. Unlike the Drow and the Durgar, who are kind of evil vibes, even if they're not, inherently evil in the lore anymore. Sorthiblin are specifically not evil vibes. So that, I can't pronounce their name. I was so impressed with Phoenix when they were doing that, going to that city, and he could just pronounce it over and over again, and I'm just like, my tongue is not made for this. But, practice makes perfect. Svarts. So Svarts are, exactly. But these have the same kind of theory, except they're actually evil. Where they're gnomes that went bad, the way Drow and Durgar are dwarves that went down. Although, Drow got corrupted by Lolth, and they were actually originally good aligned until Lolth got her spider talons into them, and then they started worshipping Lolth, and, well, most of them went evil, except the ones that didn't worship Lolth, but, you know. And a few that got redeemed. But, what else? I wonder if they have, sunlight sensitivity. The way, Drow and Durgar do. Okay. So that's what svarts are. We have learned a thing. I know, yes, they do, as well. Let's see. Vecna, okay, so Vecna escaped the Imperium of Dread sometime during the year. Oh, the Svart slave Zixik is murdered by adventurers in the Blue Dragon Inn in Greyhawk. No arrests are made. Okay, well. I mean, in spring, mysterious magic helix appears over the ruin of Malag. Ooh. Adventurers report capturing a tiger-striped basilisk. Sir Ignatius Knobnose attempts to sell it to the tiger nomads. Interesting. Oh, hey, Duckerdrift does have a whole... It does have it in Wikipedia. It does have its own Greyhawk wiki page. Which is very similar to the Greyhawk column, which makes sense, because that's where it came from. Let's see. It lies in the broad, high vale embraced by the Hell Furnaces to the west and the low peaks of the Kempf Mountains to the east. It is relatively high elevation, ensures that temperatures in the Vale of Berghoff are moderate. A welcome relief from the sweltering subtropical heat of the rest of the hold. Probably it's far enough south. It's partly elevation, and partly it's far enough south that you escape the equator, maybe. That's a thing. When you get to, like, southern Chile and Argentina, essentially you're far enough from the equator that it does the Australian thing where the seasons are backward instead of non-existent. Ooh! You got a present from Trollord Games. Chuck's trustworthy. He, I wouldn't worry too much about getting your address for him, but you get a present. Fun stuff. Cold, clear waters of Lake Spendlow lie at the heart of the Vale. Meriden are known to inhabit the black depths of the lake, although they have little traffic with Berghoff's human inhabitants. The land rises gently from the lake shore. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm sorry. Oh. I mean, go for it. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry. This is how this happens. Alright. Okay, so we are actually... Okay, it's 10 o'clock. That's good to know. Wow. Itchy ears. Sorry. Meriden. The island rises gently from the lakeshore, sloping through the meadows and cleared fields to woodlands and steep mountain slopes. Okay, I want to know what Meriden are, and they don't have a link directly here, so we're going to have to do a little bit of let's try that. Here we go. Now this is a different... Oh, this is a different Greyhawk wiki. This is the one... Interesting. Moradin. A greater dwarf smithing... Moradin. Hang on. Marrodin. No. Moradin. No, it's on Marodin. Lake Spenlove. Here we go. From this Greyhawk wiki. Marodin, which do not have a, Moradin is the head of the Dwarven Pantheon. Yes, I have learned that, but I know that Marodin are not Moradin, because the head of the Dwarven Pantheon does not live in the bottom of a lake in the Duchy of Berghoff. That does not make sense. So, an important distinction, although if you have a very thick accent, it might be hard to tell the difference. And that could be some fun, amusing misunderstandings. Indeed. I mean, sure, but I don't think he lives down there. It's very hard to forge in the bottom of a lake, and I feel like he wouldn't live somewhere he couldn't forge. Vacation home, maybe. A plant-like humanoid species. Haha. Plant-like humanoid species. Okay, good to know. So if Moradin also goes down there, he has to contend with the plants, the human plants. Really? Natural lake smelters. So, oh, no! Okay. Hear me out, though. You're gonna think I'm crazy. But, I had an idea. Like an idea. Imagine, if you will, a really deep underground, like, a lake, right? Right? Like a really deep, deep underground, there's a freshwater cavern, and it goes deep down. And there's this huge, flooded out halls full of dwarves, but they're aquatic, sea-dwelling dwarves that mine under the water. And there's the very deep volcanic vents where they smelt and form metal, and you just have to throw stuff up in the air to get it to the colder waters and then it's like there's a whole vibe. Like, there could be a whole, so you could never get anything hot, like melting point hot enough, but you could make it malleable. Yeah, no. This is it. You could forge on a volcanic vent, make it malleable enough to work with, to forge, red hot, sort of. And then, once it was in a good spot, you throw it up, and you have to do it in exact the right angle so that the water pressure doesn't screw up your work. And that's probably something that the young smiths are terrible at. And have to swim up, get it, bring it back down, and you have to wear, it's an intensive process. But, kind of cool. And they mine out the caverns and the waters and have the gills and the beards. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Reminds me of another thing, which is another thing, but, exactly, that's what. You go to the bottom vents, but you have to throw up your work to the colder water above to get it to cool properly so it sets. But you have to be really good at it, because time it right and get it high enough to get to the colder water, and then swim up and grab it before it gets down to the hotter water again, and then you ruin your work. Like the temperature differential, since you can't use water because you're in water, it'd be a pain in the ass. But it's a thing. I don't know what world it exists in, but it's a thing that exists in some world at some point. Just, You know what? It exists in the same world as Sutherland. I have declared it to be so. But I am getting distracted. They probably have a tool. That's fair. Okay. Now we have a thing with a thing, and I have a plan, but that is for later. We're gonna have to do a whole thing on aquatic dwarves, aren't we? It's gonna be awesome. Don't worry. But for now, we're gonna go the Hool River. broad river flowing out of the valley. Exactly. Out of the valley in the hell furnaces. Its head located in Lake Spenlow, which lies in the hold of the Sea Princes, specifically the Birdolph. The Hool itself lies wholly within the hold of the Sea Princes, and the civil war taking place within the hold makes this river very dangerous and unsafe to use for traveling. Hool Marshes. Okay. Marshes. Guess we're going down to this part of the world right now for Greyhawk. Fun stuff. Is the name given to a large swamp separating the kingdom of Keeland from the hold of the Sea Princes. Keeland claims the marshes north of the Javon River, as well as the portions surrounding Westkeep, all of which makes a large portion of Keeland's Hool Marsh Protectorate and the Viscounty of Salinmore. Oh, ooh, but we're in the wrong wiki. Hang on, we're in the wrong wiki. This is a whole thing, isn't it? There's two variants of the wiki on the webs. Okay, good to know. I mean, both are accurate, just one has more, Alright, so, alright, go, tell your grandmoms we say hi, and, breakfast is important. Most important meal of the day. Make sure she gets a good one. Okay, we'll see if you come back. Alright, okay, so, Azure Sea and the Hool Rivers, marshes are located, south of Dreadwood, Little Hill, the Tors, and the, of course, they have diseases. Flora and fauna, home to many dangerous animals and monsters of all kinds, of course. Lizard folk and bullywogs both inhabit the Hool Marshes. It's also rumored that several cults make their home here. Orcus and Dagon. Wait, Dagon as in day? Yes, Dagon is in Oberth Demon Lord, also called Prince of the Depths. As one of the oldest demon lords in existence, Dagon is said to possess vast forbidden knowledge. So, probably not that Dagon, but like... Colossal-sized eel with leering, fanged face of deep underwater fish. Numerous suckered tentacles cover his body, two of which ends in finger-like digits tipped with long, sharp talons. Yeesh. Demogorgon have an alliance... Okay. Hi! Welcome! Mythic Princess, welcome to the madness. Quick intro. My name is Lee. They, them vibes kind of leaning toward him today. She or they is fine, but, not a woman. That's the important part. I think a lot of people miss that, and even if I keep saying it over and over again. Welcome. What's the thing? Oh, yeah. So today, I do a lot of random streams about tabletop RPG, fun lore stuff. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Greyhawk lore, which basically means I'm reading through Greyhawk, providing commentary, talking about it. Greyhawk is being the original D&D setting, back when Gary Gygax created it, back in the 80s. It's kind of interesting. It also includes this, which is the Demon Gorgon, which I have no idea what it is, but it looks terrifying. We were going over Hool, the river, which flows through the land of... Actually, we have a map. Map. So, hang on. No, stop that. This is the map of Greyhawk. I'm going to link it because Anna B. Myers is amazing and deserves all the... nope, not that. Anna B. Myers is this amazing map maker in the Greyhawk community. And, is generally awesome. Hi! Welcome! You just missed my Anna B. Myers plug because I posted a link to her map because she's awesome. But I'm sure you know how to find Anna's map. We were going over... So, we started in Ulick, and then they mentioned that we went to the 591... Something happened in 591 related to the prince. Okay, good. Because Anna B. Myers is amazing and deserves all of that. So, we started with 591, and then the Duchy of Berghoff. What happened in the Duchy of Berghoff? Something happened in the Duchy of Berghoff in 591, and then we went to look in the Duchy of Berghoff, and we're trying to figure out what Marrodin are, and then we mixed them with Moradin and got in a whole tangent, which is coming later. But that is something that it's not related, because Moradin does not live in the bottom of the lake, Spenlow. Marrodin do, apparently, which are plant-like creatures that are humanoid, which is kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. Marrodin. Then we ended up, because they worship, there's cults of Dagon in the other parts of the swamp, the Hool Marshes, we got to Demogorgon, who is allied with Dagon. Okay, Demon Lords of the Abyss. The first of Tenari, born of primal fears of the first mortal soul, said to be the Kopru, to have been born to two mothers. The Demon Gorgon embodies invasion, madness, reptiles, and aberrations. After being a hero of the war of the Henari against their Obrith predecessors, Demon Gorgon earned the right to call himself Prince of Demons, title he has successfully defended from all those who would take it from him. He is the third to hold this title after Mishka, the Wolf Spider, and Abaxab. I know I'm using the defunct one, but the other one didn't have a page on... I know I'm using the defunct one. I know, see? This one, the Duchy of Berghoff, this is the new one, you see? I'm using this one for the main thing, and then I got sucked into working with this one because it didn't have a link to Moradin, so I looked for Moradin, and then there was a little bit more on the Moradin in the version on the defunct wiki, so then I ended up going in a thing on the defunct because the worshipping Dagon was from there, and then, hang on. We can actually, no other demon has been able to do this. Okay, so yeah, we were Dagon, hang on, which is the Hool Marshes, because the Hool River, because the Moradin, yes, because I searched Moradin, and this is the one that I managed to find, which is Lake Spenla, which we actually had, up on this, I think. Did we have? No, but we did have Duchy Berghoff, the, frequent, okay, wait, what? Okay, so it's very, very little. Alright, something new on the, okay, so the only thing that's on the old one that isn't on the new one is, well, there's the links to the Durin Pantheon. Those don't work on the new one, I think, but they might work depending on where you link from. But the one that we found was Moradin. No, not Moradin. Marrodin, because Moradin is God. He is actually on the new wiki. But Marrodin, which is, they had more details on what exactly Marrodin were. And I didn't know what Marrodin were. They might have them on this wiki too, just I didn't find them. But, okay, so it's 591. We actually went to the Duchy of Berghoff. Hang on. And then it went to the no. We were, yes, absolutely. You may ask as many, questions about D&D as you want. I am always up for newbies asking questions. I run games specifically for people who are new to the D&D. I always, and I think everyone on this chat would agree. If you want to learn about D&D, I will tell you. I want more people to know about D&D. So yes, ask away. Whew. Sorry, it's very exciting when new people want to know about D&D. So that is Hool. Okay, not Newell, probably. This is Anna B. Meyer's map. What is? Oh, that's one of the. That is a interesting heraldry. Oh, well, very interesting. I have a partiality to bards. In 5th, even in 3.5, I like bards, and in 3.5, or Pathfinder, rather, which is a whole thing on a history, of D&D, and why Pathfinder and 3.5 are very similar because of certain things made by, but no, in 5th edition, they are intensely powerful, because they're full casters. In the earlier editions, they're not full casters, but they can do all sorts of other cool, Bardic Inspiration basically is way more powerful in earlier editions than it is in 5th edition, but it does limit their spellcasting abilities. But no, bards are a lot of fun. And they can heal. So they can heal with the power of music, which is something that's close to my heart. I really like that they can do that. Just, bards are fun. The first character I ever played was a Dwarven rogue, actually. Who had sneak attack with a light hammer because she had a low strength score and couldn't wield a proper warhammer. So she got a light hammer that she could finesse and therefore get sneak attack on. And it was awesome sauce. Alright. I guess I was reading, on, a different, oh, Lake Spendlow. That's why. They, that's why, this is why we did the wiki. So, Lake Spendlow isn't linked. So it's probably on Lake's, the depth of the lake. Maordin, are known to inhabit the black depths of the lake. That's what I read first, and then I wanted to know what Maordin were, and then, I don't know if they had a link to Lake Spendlow, actually. I mean, sorcerers can be quite fun, honestly. Which is interesting, because sorcerers don't exist in Greyhawk. They're a later edition. Fun fact. But yeah, no, sorcerers are a good time. Especially with playing with the background of, the bloodlines. Can be kind of fun. Okay, well, there's no link to the wiki page on the lake in the Duchy of here. I'll link I'm sure there's links to it otherwise, but that's the Greyhawk. That's this page right here, the new version of the Duchy of Bugoff, and then the lake doesn't link. So, sorcerers. Well, sorcerers are awesome. All right, and even if they don't exist in Draconic Bloodline's okay, I guess. I prefer Fey Bloodline, but they don't have it in 5th edition. That is my big thing with 5th edition, is they do not have Fey Bloodline sorcerers. And it was my favorite bloodline from Pathfinder. Fey Bloodline, they need to add, that was my big thing with the, Bracalonian Witches I did a special on, which is a 5e supplement. They have a Fey Bloodline sorcerer, and it oh, no, they're pretty cool. It'd be interesting. There's a people who do modern, or rather use 5th edition for Greyhawk campaigns. Actually, I think, what was it, Phantom, he said he set a 5th edition campaign in Greyhawk, and what he did, which I thought was very fascinating, was he said he was, how to introduce a world that had no sorcerers to the idea of sorcerers, so that sorcerers were very different from the majority of magic users, and how would the cultural shift in the various areas of Greyhawk, or of Orth, technically, react to this new kind of sorcerer power, which is kind of an interesting thing. Interesting. Right, because the sorcery magic users. But here's the question, though. The mechanics of wizardry and maging and using of magic. So they exist in the parlance of how to talk about magic. But here's a, okay, no, Amethyst's favorite type of woman is Dwarven Fighters. Not my favorite character class. There's a difference. One of my characters, Amethyst, fell madly in love with the Dwarven Fighter, and, Amethyst, not mine. Amethyst specifically. Hannah's was, Elven, Swashbucklers. She had a thing for Elven Swashbucklers. Was another character of mine, who actually lived in Hamlet. Fun fact. Hannah was, because Blue Box did the RPG, not the RPG. All of these are RPGs. He did the, roleplay for his, yes, I play Amethyst. She was a, actually, Amethyst ended up in Greyhawk. I play Amethyst, the Elven monk. In the Castles and Crusades game that recently went through the portal and ended up in Hardby, and then in a ship heading up the Greyhawk River to, well, where are we going? Hang on. We have a map. Hang on. We have a map. Anna B. Myers is amazing. We can just leave this for a minute. Go up here. Kaoland, Ulick, Celine, Greyhawk. Here we go. So, Hardby and Greyhawk, which is what's this river here? This river here is the River Road. No. Hang on. There we go. It doesn't specify the name of the river. Oh, the this river here. The Selican River. The river, hang on a second. What I can do is, Selican. Yeah, no, it is the Selican. Because these are the Darlene maps, and hang on. Give me a Selican. Hang on, yeah. The Bay, the Salt, Celine Fort. Hang on, no. Relmore Bay, Sea of Garrett. No, that is not. Celadon Forest. Hang on, that's the wrong one. Bandit Kingdoms, Shieldlands. Let me look at the map. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna close out Lake on because it's the other one. The map, the free city of Celatin. Celatin? Yeah, there we go. Fiefdom. Landgraftum. Right. There's a whole thing about the Lord Mayor of Greyhawk also being the head of the Landgraftum. Yes, that's a technical term for, I remember this. But the river goes from the river that goes from Hardby up to Greyhawk and then to Elmshire and the bay and the Neardiv, the inland sea, up here. This one. But yeah, it goes, it runs up from Hardby and, this is 576, so Hardby actually had a lot of land controlling outside of the city that it no longer has because Greyhawk took over Hardby, basically. So it's basically a city-state that's, it's lost a lot of its power. Anyway, what I was going to, wait. Celinton. Yes, that one. Celinton. Okay. Oh! Wow! Hey! Big Mac! Thank you for rating. I did not notice that because I was trying to figure out Greyhawk geography, but thank you for rating. I appreciate it a lot. Hi. Welcome. We played together. I remember, I don't remember the username, but I remember you, if I'm remembering who you are correctly, you played, the rogue in our, Greyhawk con one-shot with Blue Box that's going to turn into a two-shot, and hypothetically, or it just ended half prematurely before we fought the dragon, because, yeah, where we go. Hello. No, okay, yes, partly, but Amethyst characters and players are not necessarily the same. Dwarven fighters are, there's something to be said for Dwarven fighters, but, okay, so D&D podcasts, an explanation, for our new friend. Sorry, I'm getting, yes, okay, I know, Skeleton, alright, I know, I got, so, podcasts and D&D real plays are two separate, important note on, oh, hey, there's a whole separate, there's another version of 598 map, so this is a more recent map, that we're gonna do, of course it's gonna do this, which I appreciate, hang on, okay, Greyhawk on, okay, hang on, we're gonna do a thing, so I can put it on here, so I can mount it and do the thing, but what I was trying to, so this is the, this is the more, whoa. This is last year's version, which was an earlier, so it was created, there we go. So this version of the map was created earlier in our timeline of 2019, but, showed Greyhawk, or the world of Orth, rather, and the Flyness, in a more recent history, of 598, as opposed to nope, that's Dutch, let's see. This one's 576, this one is 598, so that's that. Nyrund, hang on, we are in the wrong side, hang on, Nyrund, that's Ferndi, Uluk, here we go, Greyhawk, here we go. Hardby, Hardby's still shown as its own thing on the map, but it definitely is interesting. Okay, but what I was trying to, what I need to do is this, and, this, there we go, now I can actually see the chat, and, I can actually keep an eye on the chat and not miss people rating, which believe me, I am super appreciative of, by the way, even if you didn't stick around, I'm really appreciative. I will, I can do that. Yeah, exactly, it got taken over. Oh, I see. Yes, Critical Role is very cool. I also, I fell behind on the new Critical Role, but I don't mind spoilers, so, basically, the difference between podcasts and real plays. So, there are, on Twitch, real plays, Critical Role being one of them, the big one. There's also, set in Greyhawk, this world here that I'm kind of going on an epic Wikipedia rant about because it is super cool. There's a couple, of campaigns set in Greyhawk that do real plays, such as Blue Box RPG, super cool. What else? Actually, though, hang on, I'm going to give you a link, before I forget, which is a whole, host, I'm going to give you a link to, we can start a Critical Role channel. I honestly am very much, this is my, nope, that's not the wrong one, hang on, that's the wrong link, give me a second. I meant, that one will take you there, but, the link I meant to put was this link. The second link is a link to my our personal Discord for this channel. We do fun stuff. We have several discussion threads, fun memes. It's kind of quiet, but I'm always, if you ever want to talk about Critical Role, absolutely, I will always talk about Critical Role. I will create I love, those idiots. I do. Oh, but what I was trying to explain about Let's Plays versus podcasts. So, there are a bunch of real plays that go on Twitch, which are filmed. Then there are podcasts, which are put as specifically audible. So they're put out as sort of only for the audio part, which is and they are real plays as well. There are quite a few podcasts. One of my favorite is Frostwalkers. Also, Heart of Adventure, best podcast. They stopped. They haven't updated it in a while, so they don't have any new episodes coming out. But the ones they have so far are amazing. And a very good friend of the show who, he's in one of Luhox's players actually runs it. So you will find among D&D streamers, there's all these connections, tight knit, groups of people like, oh, this person does this and this person does that. It's in the smaller streams. Critical Role is kind of its own thing, but they have their own connections to other streams as well because, there's different tiers and things. But, yeah, there's a lot of things. And then there's also, like, The Adventure Zone, for example, only was ever a podcast. There's a few live showings, but mostly it was only audio. There's a lot of them, like Critical Role, to be fair, does come out as a podcast and as the live show, so you can watch it. But there is a distinction in the way the terminology. Sorry, I got very distracted by terminology. But yeah, I'm always up for discussing Critical Role. If you want to pop into the Discord, say hi, hang out with us. What else? And there are a lot of really good ones. Podcasts and Let's Plays. Oh! Kayla resubscribed, which I think means that Kayla is here. If you are, welcome. Say hi in the chat. Oh, yes. Names. Oh, yes, typing. Okay. Okay, start with... Okay, you know what? I can just send you to... this one, and I can send you to the thing, this. Hi! Kayla, you are always welcome to lurk. Hopefully your work doesn't get too distracting, but yes, you are always welcome to lurk. We're doing a Greyhawk stream today, and we have a new friend who, doesn't know, who's kind of new to D&D and doesn't have people to talk to Critical Role about, so we are bringing in new friends into the fold. But yeah, also thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. I mean, Stream of Conscious D&D discussion is always fun. I am, hopefully you guys enjoy that, because that's what almost every stream inevitably turns into, eventually. Or other tabletop RPGs. Sometimes we'll go into, although there always brings back to, Pathfinder or D&D or other, any stream about any RPG often brings in either D&D or another RPG entirely, because that's how tabletop RPGs work. Anyway, what I was going to say was, yes, put up a thing to the, yay! Welcome. I should probably do a sponsor plug, but not yet. Right, so that one is a really good D&D podcast run by a very good friend of mine. Hi! Brotherhood of Dice. Welcome. No, stupid. Okay, Bob. Okay. Hey, you are our spell checker, alright? Our, official spell checker of... Ooh, we got more people watching. This is very exciting stuff. You are our official spell checker of the channel. Oh! Okay, so you know exactly how this works, then. Plug your stream, by the way. You can, when do you stream? Because, I'm at work a lot of times when people stream, because that's how that works, which is why I never get to go to any. I try to pop into other people's streams when I can, though, because, pop in and say hi. and I'm all about people promoting their streams. So yeah, if you have a cool stream, like, when do you stream? Just, and you can put links to that in the Discord if you want. Like, I'm all about spreading, awareness of other people's streams, because that's how the community grows. But yeah, we were gonna do, hang on, the Selatin River, Selatin, hang on, let me go, I have our extra D&D, river, is that, we were playing Castles and Crusades, and, which I was trying to, and our, Castle Keeper, who, is a very good friend of the stream, who pops by sometimes, and probably has a lot of work this morning, because he said he'd pop by if he didn't have a lot of work he could. But, Selatin, they put, our Castle Keeper, which is kind of like a dungeon master, but, more castles than dungeons. We haven't had really either, so, Game Master is the generic term, the GM. Or, if you're playing Third Legends, you got Game Master, the Keeper, for, different groups have different, different games have different terms, but Dungeon Master is specific to D&D, fun fact. But, since, the term Dungeon Master is trademarked, but the term DM is not, because you cannot trademark initials. At least not just two initials. Brotherhood of the Dice. Good to know. I mean, yeah, that's true. We've been in a lot of hovels. And then we went, including one where Amethyst came this close to dying. Well, no, we went to the underground temple where the Naga lived. That definitely wasn't a human settlement. And, so that was kind of a dungeon. Where Amethyst's poor brother, Tourmaline, was killed by trying to negotiate with something that had a human face, so maybe it could negotiate. He survived. He killed a goblin by himself as a level 1 wizard. Wednesdays and Sundays. Okay, noted. Yeah, post a link when you in the Discord when you go live, because I am always up for new streams. And the Discord is full of people who, not a lot of people. We're still small, but fun friends who always love D&D games. So, for sure. We kind of came to the end of the Castles and Crusades modules, so what our Castle Keeper decided to do, was send us through a portal to Heartbeat, essentially. So now we're in Heartbeat. We have two characters, one who's Suloy's wizard, and the other who is an archer, I think native to Heartbeat. I think Jane is native to Heartbeat. So two of our characters are natives of Greyhawk, of Orth, and the rest of us are kind of learning how to be. Of course, that kind of ruins my... So I had a grand plan of when each character... When Tourmaline died, I was going to play either Feldspar or Jasper. And then I came up with the idea for Amethyst, and I was like, well, there's more siblings than just them two, so sure. And, so Jane is from Heartbeat. But I played... So we're heading up the river. We on a ship, the Queen of Storms, which is actually, I think it's called the Queen of Storms. Feldspar and Jasper, right? Because you never got to. Right. Focus. Sorry. Feldspar and right. So my plan was to keep playing the siblings as the characters died. I would keep playing the different siblings, which is why I ended up with Amethyst, who is the oldest, one of the oldest sisters, and is no, she's definitely a middle child. Jasper's definitely older because she's because middle children tend to go to the through the youngest mid 100s rebellious phases in elves. That's what she went through. But she's growing out of that, though. But, my plan was if Amethyst died, I would bring in one of the other siblings. The same I did when Tourmaline died. But, well, now we're in Hardby. It's a little tricky because we only had those 2 kobolds, Tobu and Robu, to spread the word of where we went to anyone on the other side of the portal. Yeah. We've actually met a pixie, and it's very exciting. We're, running around Greyhawk doing Greyhawk things now. We'll get to the city eventually once we kill the bandits, and that may or may not be connected to the Scarlet Brotherhood, because I feel like if we're being asked to take out bandits in Greyhawk, that there's probably a link to the Scarlet Brotherhood. Like, I feel like that's going to be a thing that we get introduced to. I am not sure how that's going to play out. We won't know till... Yeah, that's true. We only ended up in the alligators, and we haven't gotten to the bandits yet, but Toot Toot knows where they are, so we made a deal with the Fae, and Amethyst's mother is going to be very disappointed in her. It is, so now she's sulking, and also sulking about Bernheld, because, oh, bye! It was lovely to have you for the bit of stream, and I hope you do come back. You know. Oh, thank you for following, by the way. Yeah, hopefully you come back. But, yeah. What is... Oh, yes. Okay, right, but we were roughly... Hang on. If we get a map... Nope, wrong one. This one. This map. Let's use this one. So we don't know where we are exactly. We're definitely not in the city of Greyhawk. And I don't think that we, hit a fork in the river. Yeah, 2 Ford suggests there's because the river forks up here, and then goes to Airbend. So, Silatan, river. But I think we got, dropped off somewhere between the Yarpik Creek. Yeah, it probably got off. I don't think it... there were a lot of fords. We're about 1 day up, but we don't have any... We never hit any we never specifically hit any tributaries. I don't know if, that's true. Hi! Welcome! Oh, yes! Hi! Yes, thank you for raiding, by the way. There probably is, but I don't know for sure. Also, hi, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you popping by. Hopefully I'm remembering who you are correctly. If you didn't play in the game, then you're a different, Big Mac, which is cool. I'm always up for new friends, so, I do not know. Christoph would be the one to ask, who is also in chat somewhere, I think? He was here earlier. He might have, dicked off. But the ship we had was not particularly flat bottomed, because it was very fast. It was I want to say it was the Queen of Storms. Okay. Good to know. Probably a different Big Mac than the other one then, but that's cool. Like I said, I'm always up for... Yeah, the question then, is, if there are... Wait a second, if there are fords that can't be crossed except on foot, are there any of those between, what's the term? That's the term. Greyhawk, or between Hardby and the city proper of Greyhawk? Because if there are, then we would know exactly where we were, because we didn't pass any of those. Because we didn't have to get out of the ship, and because you wouldn't be able to get... There can't be, though, because... Or rather... How to explain this? Also, sunlight, the Apollon versus Dionysian, yeah, sunlight is always a little finicky for streaming, so I look ethereal now. Okay, I'm gonna scooch over a little bit. I think that will... No, okay. This way... Hang on. Up. And then we scooch you this way. There we go. There. Trying to stay out of the direct so I don't look washed out. Oh. No, because if there were any fords that had to be crossed on foot between Hardby and Greyhawk, then there couldn't be any river traffic between Hardby and Greyhawk, but there's a lot of river traffic between Hardby and Greyhawk. So, I mean, yeah. Because, yeah, the fort, because the boats go up and down the river all the time, including the one we're on. So, I think that the main river probably doesn't have anything that's that shallow simply because otherwise, at least not in the most basic canon version, obviously, any DM. Of course. Well met. Yeah, no, I am not a Greyhawk purist. I very rarely stream on Greyhawk, actually. I started off in Galorion with Pathfinder, in my youth. It wasn't that long ago, but, how long ago was it? Alright, hang on a second. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay here. It's fine. But I started off in Galorion, back in 2016. Not that far long ago. I mean, okay, it's a lot longer ago than I'd like to think it is, because time passing is, but, I started off in Galorion, and, quickly moved to homebrewing a bunch of my own stuff mixed with Galorion gods, and then I fell into D&D. Okay, here's a funny story. When I started playing, during quarantine, I realized you could play online, and then, of course, I started playing all the time because I, got any other friends for Pathfinder games when you had to sit, we're trying very hard to mask up in we were, it was at the beginning stages where no one was vaxxed, and it was hard to gauge risk, so we were being extra careful, which is fine, but it made playing a little harder. But, my introduction to, D&D, proper was, 5th edition, on the, what's the word? On the quarantine, which was, I believe it was Waterdeep. It was a Forgotten Realms city. I didn't realize it was Forgotten Realms. Our DM forgot to specify that. So, exactly. This ship was that, yeah. So that was the ship we were on. Yeah, the Galorion, is fascinating. The Pathfinder wiki is amazing. A amazing resource. Also, and they put the entirety of their wiki, like, they post all of their, the Pathfinder official, Paizo officially puts everything online because Paizo is really cool, basically. I'm a huge Eric Mona fanboy, I will admit. Yeah, that's true. So, basically, I got invited to play in a one-shot, a series of one-shots, which was kind of tied in together. We had a lot of outside of game roleplay. It was actually really fun while it lasted. The group kind of fell apart, but I actually created a character who worshipped Sarenrae because I got the basic rules because it was their first time in 5e. Yeah, so I got the basic rules and picked Sarenrae as my goddess. And we had a whole subplot about Sarenrae having like a tiny foothold in the realms because Sarenrae being a goddess from Glorion who is one of my favorites. Desna, Gazra also best deity, hands down. I loved Gazra. But the three best goddesses are Shelyn, Desna, and Sarenrae, hands down. I mean, Iomedae is cool and for what she is, but I have anyway, laws, rules. Oh, yes. But yeah, so we ended up having Sarenrae. It was a cleric of Sarenrae, Cora, who was Dex build cleric, which I hadn't. Yes, Baranor True Silver is an amazing goddess. She also is not in Galorion, though. So, there's that. Yet, I mean, if gods can kind of ease between the realms a little bit, if Sarenrae can end up in the Forgotten Realms, then Baranor of Greyhawk can end up in, Galorion maybe a little bit. But yeah, when I did my own homebrew world, which I've been building, I basically borrowed the Galorion Pantheon because that's what I knew, and I was DMing and I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kind of, when I first started GMing, because Pathfinder I had played once, I had no idea what I was doing, but that was the only way I could get people to play was if I agreed to GM. So, like that's how most GMs start out. Game Masters, Castle Keepers, it's like, everyone wants to play, but nobody wants to run it, so we do it like that. What else? Right, so started in Galorion, learned about Forgotten Realms, and then I got the guy who ran that game was Rory, who plays on Blue Box's stream. So he plays Anaho, and he played Gimbal, two Greyhawk mages. Actually, no, Anaho's not a mage. He's a rogue. And doesn't have any holy symbols, which is weird because he's in Rel Astra looking for blue clothing, and the blue guild is... He's confusing the shopkeepers in Rel Astra. With that, I will say. I roleplay as... I don't know if you know Blue Box Forum, but I roleplay as the clothing shop. I did Hannah, who was actually from Hamlet. Well, not from Hamlet. Her mother's husband ran a tailor shop called the Snip Threads in the Free City of Greyhawk, which, I mean, that's true as well. Also true. The Snip, in the Free City of Greyhawk, and then Hannah had gone off to Hamlet to try to make her own way, and started the store there, and then met up with a certain adventuring party, and a certain Millie, who was a swashbuckling half-elf, who was a lot. And she actually spent like 1,000 gold pieces on this really nice calligraphy set to get the feather from Millie's hat that Millie might have been buried with. And then that's when I realized, oh, she's probably in love with Millie. Okay. So it went on like that, and, anyway, the point, flowcharts are not helpful. I know it's a little much. My point on that was that's where I got introduced to Greyhawk, was through Hamlet, was through roleplay, was through Blue Box, and then I fell deeper in love with both, and was encouraged to stream by Greyhawk, by Blue Box of Greyhawk. And I didn't know a lot about the world, so I'm learning as I go. Okay, to be fair, okay, I know, I have a lot of characters, okay? I built a character recently for another homebrew world who had 22 named relatives, and then he died, and I can't play one of them because none of them had any background, so I ended up taking over an NPC. But, instead of, I tried to get him to let me play Ari, okay? One of the brothers of another character, because that's how you do it, but no. So I ended up taking over an NPC, who also has a lot of brothers, who I also have to name at some point, because the DM probably didn't name any of them. I'll have to ask. It encounters with an adventure. I am not good at that. If you can find a way to do it, I am not good at organizational tools. My adventure notes are mostly just maps. Actually, I could show you. Like this, and then, this one, which is the map of the country, but, like, more specific, smaller ones of different areas. And then the roads between them, and it's just, what kind of scary thing might they encounter on this road, and then roll for random encounters. And then the bad guys, the cults, and the secret agents of the Not God, whose name no one dares mention for fear of Eldritch Druid, and also the cults to Rovagug, and all the other cults of the other cults that are also technically cults of Iomi Day, but not really, because they're worshipping. They all, run around trying to cause mayhem and complications, and then the, players have to deal with them. But they're, I'm not good at planning encounters, basically. I'm just, I kind of balance encounters on the fly. I'm like, have a tab open. I'm the worst. I'll have a tab open of the SRD and like, that looks like about, pick something, that's about the right challenge rating that, yes. Lore. I know, there's a lot of lore. But, yeah, I tend to just randomly pick, like, something that looks about right, challenge rating wise, and kind of thematically fits, and then reskin it on the fly. Yeah, no, I do have a decent level of progress. I actually do world building streams on, well, okay, I did them on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays for my own Pathfinder, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays were for Warhammer 40k. But Greyhawk is amazing, so I'm like, well, okay, I'll do Greyhawk sometimes. And then there's also things like Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and also freaking the coolest 5e supplements that I've managed to find, because I back a lot of them on Kickstarters, and then they send me the supplements. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll look at it at some point eventually, and then never do. And so then I tend to go over them on stream because it's exciting and fun. I can share it with you guys. But Greyhawk, I want to make myself learn more about Greyhawk because I'm nestled into the Greyhawk community at this point, so I might as well, I kind of feel like I have to learn it, and it's really interesting. So I try to make myself do streams on Greyhawk. I do a lot of different streams on a lot of different things, and the problem is that I want to do more streams on, you know what I mean? If I focus, I could do more streams on different things, but then I couldn't do streams on all the different... That's hard to explain, but yeah. But yeah, we're doing Greyhawk because Greyhawk is, and I'm actually in, so 1424 at Servants Cove. We probably got past Servants Cove, I'm thinking. Right, the swamps. Right, so we probably got past Servants Cove, I'm guessing. Okay, let us look at this. Okay, hang on. What we're gonna do is, yeah, that's the only thing about the Duchy of Berghoff doesn't have links to the other page. Page doesn't have any links. That's why the lake one did the thing with the... There's an important description there. Okay, hang on. We're going to do this. We're going to go back also. Hi! Sorry, I kind of got very distracted. You are... I know, I'm... Oh! Reformatted, so do you want me to, Alright, hang on. In which case, if I hit this here, the Duchy, this one? Wow! Oh! That is amazing. You are a wizard with this. That is cool. Okay, and then we can go like Spenlow, and then, hang on. Yes! I am, ecology, pure potable. Oh, pure and potable. That's also useful. You can drink the lake water. Holds former Omen and 12 slaves are claiming the area for themselves of late. The hold and okay, yes. Alright, we're gonna be very xenophobic. Fortified temples. Fun. Merodin, have lake near a plant-like humanoid species. Yes. Merodin, yes. Yes! I appreciate it so much. Very cool. Because, okay, then we should, this one is, but what I was, going to do a minute ago was actually check, no, not that, map. Servants Cove. Seventh Cove. Not Servants Cove, Seventh Cove. Alright, let me check something. And also undo cap locks. Okay, slave lords. All right. Donos Lake. Okay. Okay, hang on. Wait. Now we have to go to... Hang on a second. Not there. We need to go to here. We are learning this. Okay. Of Hardby. Village north of Hardby. Seven's Cove, Seven's Tower. Northwest side of the Greyhawk Peninsula. Okay. Right, so we go here. Bases. Here we go. Oh. Seven's Tower. Here we go. Yes. So it is... Okay, so it's a slaver's base. Partial collapse tower near Seven's Code. A village north of Hardby is a slave lord base. Oh. Okay. Oh, I really appreciate that. It's an amazing resource for all of us. Thank you for this. Hopefully, it's just, thank you for all that you do for creating this Greyhawk wiki, for all of us. I really appreciate it. It is kind of awesome, and, thank you. Just thank you. You are great. That's why you're what makes the Greyhawk community great. That's why I ended up in the, that's partly why I ended up in the Greyhawk, community, is because all you guys are amazing, and, agreed, it is incredibly useful, which is why we've been going through it all the time and using it as my main source. Although Living Greyhawk, I kind of want to do more Living Greyhawk, because this is like the Duchy of Berghoff. I'm gonna have to. Okay, okay, wait, it's 11:00. Okay, I have to be conscious because I have to leave here at noon to make the bus to. Okay, I have to keep an eye on the time. That's why I wanted to start as early as I did, because I know I'd get, sucked into all of this. But what, the yellow sails, actually thin covers placed over the ship's functional... Ooh, that is kind of clever. Okay, so 576 to 580, purple sails were sometimes used, in the known ships. But here's, the 9... the slavers. Okay, here's an interesting thing, though. Because, hang on. We ready? Let me, mathematics. Okay, so, we are one day north of Hardby, right? Going along this river. Which puts us somewhere near Seven's Cove, hypothetically. Or we would have gone past it at the very least. Now, we're fighting bandits, right? On these, somewhere along this swampy mutt here. Probably a small... I don't know why I think we're on the eastern side of the river. We might very well be on the western side of the river. Actually. I feel like we're on the eastern side of the river, but I feel like that's just a gut feeling than anything else. Coelaten. I'm going to keep saying it until I remember how to say it. But I think we're probably, let's see, up past Small Creek at the very, very farthest, right? So, which complicates things, because if Seven's Cove, you ready? If Seven's Cove is a base for the slavers, right? And we're fighting near there, I don't know, it just gives east side vibes. I don't know if east side of the river. Okay, so taking over a keeper castle of some sort. So we might be fighting them in Seven's Tower. Or, just an abandoned keep along the side. But, hear me out. We're probably fighting slavers. I mean, or they probably have connection to the slavers, because we're in that part of the world. Oh yeah, I imagine so. But we're in that part of the world. If they have a base there, that would, you know. Hi! Mystical, hello, Amanda, you are welcomed. Hi. We got very, very sidetracked, invented aquatic dwarves, got very, very sidetracked again, less sidetracked, more sidetracked, and basically got back to, eventually got back to, actually discussing Greyhawk. But what I was suggesting was that the Company of the Blue Box, the reformed Company of the Blue Box, who is sailing north along the river, is probably sailing. Don't worry, they're gonna get their own episode of a world building episode where I realize that's probably very annoying on camera. They're gonna get their own world building episode on one of the other streams because it just the idea because so there's the reasoning behind it is in Lake Spendlow, which is if I can find you on the map. I can actually probably find the lake on the map. If we go down here. Nope, not down there. Free City of Homage. Oh, nope. Other side of the Homage. Ulick, yep, down here. Sea Princess, here we go. Other side here. We have Duchy of, here we go. This lake here is, I believe, the, near Kusinir, in the Duchy of Berghoff. That lake has a, plant species called Marodin, and I was trying to find more information on Marodin, but I was trying to find information on Marodin, and I ended up finding information on Moradin, and I was like, wait a second, Moradin's the god of the smith, the god of the dwarves, the smithing god. He clearly doesn't live in the bottom of this lake. And then Sig pointed out maybe he does. Oh, well, I was like, okay, vacation home at most, though. And then, so then the Maordin are actually plant-like, actually, I can show you the thingamabobber, hang on, doing this, and doing that, hang on, this is the one for Lake Spendlow, because it didn't have the link, but actually, Christoph put the link from, the Duchy of Berghoff's page to Lake Spendlow, fixed it on the wiki live while we were on here because he is amazing. So he put it here, and basically Maordin is a plant-like humanoid species that inhabit the depths of the lake near its southern shore. So the plant-like humanoid species basically is the information we have on them, who are kind of cool, not gonna lie. But I went to the other version of the wiki to find information on them because I didn't go to the page for Lake Spendlow. I went to the other page and it mentioned Maordin, but didn't say what they were, so I searched it, and then when you Google search, it leads you to the old version of the wiki because reasons. So I had both versions of the wiki up at the same time, and Gustav was saying, you don't have to use the old version. I'm like, yeah, but also the old version has this, and the new version doesn't. And he's like, hey, wait a second, gotta fix it. And he fixed it for us, and it did have it on the new version, it just wasn't linked. So Christoph is amazing, basically, is what that boils down to. Whew. And it gave us a clever little idea of Marodin versus Moradin, and how to create aquatic dwarves. But they don't exist in Greyhawk, they exist in another world, so we're going to do them on another stream, I promise. And you can hold me to that. Actually, you know what we can do? Is... that way we can, there we go. Do that with that. Just so we have a whole, just to hold me to that. Okay. But yes, welcome to the stream. So, Lake Spendlow, we were in that part of Greyhawk, which we went from Ulick, and then the prince of the principality forged a deal with the sea princes on back in 591, and then we were looking into the history and then ended up with ended up in that part of the world of Orth. That's the technical term. But what I was gonna say was spend low, yes. But then we went up here along the Tours. Ooh, fun. Principality of Westkeep. Hool, yes, the Hool River, the Sea Princes are here. The Hool Marsh Protectorate, which is, from what I gather, sort of kind of part of Keelland, the same way Hardby is sort of kind of part of Greyhawk. It's that weird part of, okay, wait, hang on. So, and then we went up here because, or it's Greyhawk, here we go. This main central part. Actually, Greyhawk is, that's probably why the map's drawn the way it is. Just saying. But Greyhawk is, Greyhawk. Because I was explaining that the party, someone asked what my favorite class was, and I said sorcerers, and then Sig was being cheeky and said that my favorite class was fighters, specifically Dwarven fighters, and that led to Amethyst, and that led to all adventures with our Castle Keeper, which ended up in Greyhawk. And since I had the map of Greyhawk up, we went to here, and then I was trying to look at Seven's Cove, and it turns out it's a slaver's base. So that's kind of going to be a problem if we might run into later. Because if they're bandits near a known slaver base, it's bound to be a problem. I feel like. Possibly. Let's see. The Nine, which was founded by Stallman Klim, sometime between, so it was formed between 569 and 573. So this map is 576. We don't know what year we are in Heartbeat. We didn't ask. We should ask Jane. Next session, we should ask Jane what year it is, because she'll know, because she is of Heartbeat, essentially. And then we have a Suloi's Wizard who... Dwarves are apparently naturals at everything, so I've learned just to kind of say, sure, yeah, dwarves are natural, swimmers, sure, you know what? I'm not going to push, Amethyst is not going to push Burnhild into the water, even though, because elves are not natural swimmers, and Amethyst is being clingy. Okay, point, true. Dwarves do not fly. Alan needs... Okay, that's a completely different character and a completely different campaign, though. So, that is... There's a lot of that going around. Good to know. I'm just waiting for some really industrious dwarf to invent, like, a helicopter and being like, dwarves are natural flyers. And Amethyst will just be like, you know what? Sure. We're doing this. Plus Dwarven Wizards can. Dwarven Wizards can cast Fly, I presume, because any wizard can cast Fly, and Dwarven Wizards are, a thing. Sorry, I'm just, remembering, Vox Machina's run-in with Dwarven Wizards. That's also true. But, yeah. And, hey! Dwarven Wizards are awesome. Okay? Good morning! Good morning! Welcome to our stream. We've got way off topic, got way back on topic, got back off topic, back on topic a few times. The usual. And we are speculating that, okay, so Seven's Cove, right? You, I can ask you, Castle Keeper is here. I can just ask the Castle Keeper. What year is it? What year did the portal, from, Erda end up, I think is how it's pronounced, end up going into Hardby? Because, that would be Hey, Phantom is busy fixing the internet that fell apart is on fire, so we can cut him a little slack. Uh, um, what else? But, because we started looking up... Oh, you are very cruel. Okay, 570... Okay, so 577, that's 1 year after this map was made. Hang on. 573... So they were founded... Hang on. Hidden Pomage, town of Sydenham, left Sydenham... to explore the Finesse, where he gathered a number of allies, including drowned members of the Scarlet Brotherhood. Okay. 74, returned to Sydenham, where they slew its last king and took control of the town. So they have control of a town in the Pomage. 577, 580, thrived. Yes. Came to an 8, in 580, but it's not 580 yet. So, okay, here's the thing. I was looking at geography, right? Up along the coast, and we were discussing fords, and we probably hadn't gotten to the two-ford river split part yet. And Silatan, I'm learning how to pronounce that river, because we're there. Silatan River, but we were going up the Silatan River, right? So I was like, oh, what's along here that we might have run into? Also, I feel like we're on the east side of the river, but I feel like that's just weird speculation. But then I went to look and see what Seven's Cove was, the deal with Seven's Cove was. And where is it? Bases. What I found it was also Kristoff is amazing, by the way. So we were in a completely different part of Greyhawk. Cold forging. Now that's a whole other intensive thing. But we were in a completely different part of Greyhawk because I started out in Uluk because, Uluks, and the head of the principality actually forged an alliance with the Sea Princes at one point, and then that led to... Not yet. Right. But, I know, we're not looking for the objective on the map. I'm not looking for that. What I was looking for was just what else was around that area of the wood. Oh, but Kristoff being amazing. The Sea Princes. We were in the land of the Sea Princes, the Duchy of, Berghoff, and it has a lake called Lake Spenlow. And I was reading about it, and if we go back here, I just want to show you this. This is the new page, right? None of these links, Spenlow. Yes, none of the links to Lake Spenlow were there. So and it mentioned, it said Marodin are known to inhabit the lake, and there was no link to Lake Spenlow, so it didn't specify what Marodin were. So, I went and Googled Marodin, found out that Moradin got sidetracked by aquatic dwarves because of reasons, got back to Marodin, because Marodin are not Moradin, and Moradin is not a Marodin. They're two different things, just happen to be spelled very similarly. But, sorry, focus. He ended up noticing that I was using the wrong version of the wiki, and I was like, to look up Dagon and then the other demon lords, because we got sidetracked on that side, and I was like, yeah, but, I know, I have the right version of the wiki up. It's just that, it didn't mention, there's more information on Marodin on the old wiki. Turns out the information on Marodin was there, it's just on the page about Lake Spenlow, which didn't link, and then he actually went and fixed the thing, so all the links worked on the Duchy of Berghoff page while we were, that is, the coolest. So basically, Kristoff is amazing, is the point of this. We're doing that. But then live on stream editing is really cool, okay? I can't edit a wiki live on stream. I can barely get a spell written up live on stream without getting sidetracked 10 times. So, I can type up a character sheet, maybe, but, what, oh yes, but then and then someone asked what my favorite character class was, and then Sig insisted that my favorite character class was Dwarven Fighters. And then, true, we don't have, but we have to kill this and we have to kill this bandit because we've been contracted to, right? But my theory is, we're going along this river, right? And we probably passed Seven's Cove. So I went and looked up what Seven's Cove was, and the only it's a Slave Lord base. So there's a Slave Lord base right here. And given that, and given the year of 576, during the Reign of Terror, right in the heart of the Slave Lord's Reign of Terror, that is worth possibly noting. Just something worth noting. We are on the eastern side of the river. I knew it. Knew we got East Coast vibes. Okay. Alright. Sure. We still gotta figure out... Well, we still have to go kill the bandit first, because that was our main objective, and... our main objective is kill the bandit, and then maybe... Well, then go back to Hardby, and... That's true. It's only obvious because I was specifically looking at the map of Greyhawk. And specifically looking at where we might be because I was curious. That's true, too. Well, we are perfect bait for slave lords, right? They like low-level characters. That's their vibe. Just skilled enough to make good slaves, but not skilled enough to actually be able to fight back. I mean, that's, okay, the Pomage is down here, right? And they sail out from this part of the Pomage and, different parts of the, we could probably find it if we, Principality Deerfeld. Huh. Oh, that's part of the Principality, okay. And then the Principality Bordel is Gomel, and, okay, that's where Gomel is, okay. And then the Pomage, the border with the Pomage is probably, we did promise not to eat her. Making a deal with the Fae in the process. We did, character introductions while your internet was down. A1 through A4. I don't recognize the... Hang on. I can learn while we go. A1 through A4, right? I don't my knowledge of... Scourge of the... Yep. Okay. Good to know. My knowledge of the new... the older modules is limited. I didn't even realize that they actually put out... Wow, we have a lot of viewers. Okay, that's a lot. Wow. Okay. Apparently I should do more Greyhawk, because apparently people love it. And Greyhawk is really cool. I love it too. I just... Also, all the other ones, like tomorrow, late night, we're going to do 40k, because freaking 40k is like... Okay. I will definitely do another Greyhawk stream. The rest of the group is pretty chill. As soon as they decide not to eat you, you're fine. Unless you try to kill them, in which case you're not fine. But then Amethyst will punch you, and if you're very unlucky, you'll be stunning striked. But, which she can do, and she will prove it to Burnhild one day. But, hey, hey, we're a very solid group of adventurers. And useful and, a lot of things. But, yeah, I just was questioning the map, where placements on the map, and we ended up here. Oh, yeah, Pomage is down here. Pomage. That's how it's pronounced, Pomage. Wait a second, didn't Yash Talks come from the Pomage? I feel like or was he from some... I need to figure that out. Okay, that's the Bright Desert. That's in Ernst. Okay, and Greyhawk. Ernst is on the other side of Greyhawk than Ulick. That's a whole thing. And then Celine is a whole thing. And then I asked, Lord Gazimba Lord Gazimba, the Elven Lord, who I think is, definitely not the Principality of Ulick. He's in the County of Ulick, right? Because the Principality of Ulick is, I know it is very helpful to have the maps of, I mean, pre-wars. Okay, what are we... Oh, right. I should take this moment. I know it's kind of out of the blue, but I also am keeping an eye on the time because, I mean, I don't have to... This is the thing of bonus extra early hours is good money, but also not able to stream, so it's a... But I should go because I said I was going to go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to here, and here, and you know what? No, I don't even need to. I can do it this way. I really appreciate you all coming to the stream. Because you guys are all awesome. I am most likely going to raid. Yes, I always do a raid. I usually raid Brush for Hire, honestly, because he's cool and he's on at this time of day. So yes. Oh, but before I go, I'm going to give you my which is this really cool company that makes fun jewelry. They make fun stuff. If you go there, and you can use, and I have a secret discount code. They're sponsoring me, so I kind of have to mention them. They're actually a really cool company. The only problem is they're in Europe, and being not in Europe, shipping times are kind of annoying, and customs is a pain in the ass. But they're super nice. They make really cool jewelry, like Viking stuff, like axe. They have jewelry with axes on it. I mean, that's just peak coolness. And like there's this really cool anchor pendant that I'm getting, and it's just taking forever to ship. And yes, Europe is cool, but also, hi! Wow! Welcome! First time viewer, you're coming in just at the end of the stream. Hi! Welcome! I'm Lee. Oh hey, you're following too, that's cool. My name is Lee. He and vibes today, or they vibes today, but she is fine. Like, I'm pretty good about pronouns, just, I'm not a woman. I feel like I mention that often enough and no one remembers. Apparently it's really not obvious. Oh! Yes, that's true. Well, no, England is still part of Europe, it's just not part of the European Union. There's a difference. It does make shipping, you have to go through customs to get European stuff, though, so... Or stuff from the European Union, which is basically most of the rest of Europe that isn't, not. But, actually, though... fun stuff. Okay. Yeah, we were doing a Greyhawk stream, which is really cool. I need to do more Greyhawk streams because stream is fun. Yes, I know. But I like mentioning that I'm not a woman because apparently it helps people remember that because apparently it's not obvious as I like to think it is. But, yeah, that's the flag. That's not a country flag. It's a gender flag because really cool. Yes. I know, customs is really annoying. But yeah, what I was trying to say, because I do have to go to work, is thank you all for coming to the stream. You should check out Relentless Rebels and use the special code to get 20% off, because they are actually a cool company. It's just, Oh, I know. I just have to figure out how to mount it. Yeah, like put it. I do. I have it in my blue box thing. I put the pronouns in the parentheses. I just I would have to figure out how to put it up, and I'm not very tech savvy, so, and I'm not that picky about pronouns. It's just a matter of, you know, there is that. That is an interesting. Wait a second. I think wasn't Zygaig Despot of Hardby during a time before Greyhawk took it over, if I remember correctly. We did a whole. We started with Hardby and then we went to mythology because Zygaig. Okay, hang on though. I have to end the stream now because reasons. But thank you. Of course, things get really interesting in chat just when I'm ending the stream because that's how that goes. Zygaig is sure. Exactly. So that could give you some insight. All right. Yes. Raid. All right. So Brush for Hire is also really cool. Show him some love. He's absolutely very chill. And thank you guys all for coming. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm doing late night. Oh, one last. I know. 100 things. One last call, because we have more viewers now, is here. If you want to get into the Discord, I do late night East Coast. I'm doing a late night stream tomorrow for Warhammer 40k. If any of you guys are interested, I know, not Greyhawk. I'll do another Greyhawk stream next week, at some point. I have to figure out the schedule for this week, too. That's true. Alright. Thank you all for coming. Awesome sauce. We're going to go raid Brush for Hire, who is a artist who does mini paintings and generally just does other cool stuff. And generally is pretty cool. That's fair. You don't have to be into Warhammer, although Sig might take offense to that. We are going now. We're raiding now. Bye, friends. Let us do it. It should go. Did it go? Yes. Okay, then I hit this.